Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's session of To Motivate Children for Better Performance. And today we have got our session expert, Usha Chhabra ma'am. She is a very good speaker, a very good teacher, and a very good teacher trainer, I can say that. And we have all been eager to listen to her and learn from her the ways and means to motivate children. Today we have with us Dipti ma'am and Pal ma'am from GH Ahmedabad joining us for today's session. Um, Usha ma'am, as such, needs no introduction. If you have seen the invitation and you have seen her website, ushachavra.com, I mean, there's a lot of amazing stuff there. बहुत सारे सुविचार, बहुत सारी कहानियां. She is actually a star, you can say, and we are all glad to have her today in today's session. You know, ma'am, kindly introduce yourself with the audience.
Thank you so much, sir, for my introduction, whatever you have given. Yes, I had been teaching for last 24 years. And then suddenly one day I thought that I will leave my job because what I felt that the caliber which I have, if I'm just there in my school, I'll be helping only 200 children at a time. But if I come out of the school and reach out to the mass outside, so I thought that that will be more empowering, permutation combination will be there. And so I came out 1.5 years back. I left my very good job in a very good school, which is really a daunting task, I will say. Otherwise, at this age, no one likes to come out and just venture out unnecessarily. But yes, I had some skills of mine which really helped me to come out and now spread my wings. So I will say that I'm a storyteller now, and I had been telling stories in my school for last 24 years because I was a Hindi language teacher, and always I used to use stories in the classroom. Even I had my club, activity club for Nukkad Natak and theater, and everything was there in my hand, you can say, which allures a child. So every time children were just bubbling, ma'am, aaj kya karna hai, aaj kya karna hai. So I was also with them throughout, and maybe that has helped me, and children have helped me to grow. I will always say that what we mostly feel that we teachers know more, but I'm sure now you know it that children know more because of the
Yes.
COVID. You have come to know, I know, like children have come out and shown their creativity to the maximum, and we are surprised how they are doing, and then you feel ashamed, oh my god, I don't know this, and children are so fast in doing that. So always remember that our time when we were small, they are in a different age. So whatever things you are having at this age, they are already having it then, right? So you
Yes.
have to understand the gap. If I am at this moment above 50, and these children are just 8 years old, 10 years old, 12 years old, see the gap. They have got technology now only, so where are they heading to? So I always felt that they are better than me, and so I learned from them. So when you become a student along with them, I think the maximum learning takes place. That has happened with me, and now I thought that I'll come out and go and train other teachers. So that is
Brilliant, ma'am. Brilliant, ma'am. It's indeed an honor to have you today with us.
thank you.
And for our lovely audience today, and for the educators to get settled and be free in interaction with us, we have got a very interesting activity with Dipti ma'am and Pal ma'am has done today. So that meanwhile, some other educators do join us. Let us go for an activity and let us have this. Feel free to answer if any this quiz or something like that they have prepared. Dipti ma'am, Pal ma'am, please continue with the activity.
Ma'am, do you share your presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this session. And we have Usha ma'am. if I would like to say about Usha ma'am, मैं उनके सामने बच्ची बन जाती हूँ. उनका जो पर्सनालिटी है वो मुझे बच्चा बना देता है. So let's have an activity about pahelia, or we can say riddles. Okay, so here are some slides about 5 to 6 riddles, and you have to identify the correct answer. Okay, and you have about 30 to 45 seconds to answer the question, and then we will reveal the answer. Okay, so let's start. पूछो तो जाने, and Parliament, go ahead.
Yes.
First, and one more thing, you have to write answer of that paheli into chat box, or you can answer by unmuting yourself. Okay, so here we go. First riddle, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Before we start our warm-up activity, I must say that Usha ma'am is a very excellent story writer. I've seen so many videos of you, ma'am. You are amazing. You are excellent.
Yes, excellent.
And today we have taken some of your pahelias.
Oh.
Readers. Like,
That
so just
was a
check out.
surprise. That was a surprise, but surprise revealed. Okay, कोई बात नहीं, चल. Ma'am, please
Okay,
continue.
let's start with our first.
Okay.
Identify the similarities between these two.
आपको पहचानना है इन दोनों में सिमिलैरिटी कौन सी है, मतलब कि एक मुर्गा है और दूसरा राजा है. फटाफट आंसर दीजिए. योर टाइम स्टार्ट्स नाउ एंड यू हैव ओनली करेक्ट. विनय एम यशवंतपुर कैंपस गिव द करेक्ट आंसर. शाबाश विनीता, शाबाश देविका, शाबाश, ब्रावो. नेक्स्ट मैम, flip the slide. Answer is
Yes.
crown, correct. Very good. सभी
Second question is, what is an edible thing which is broken before it can be used? Edible
वो कौन
thing.
सी चीज है? वो कौन सी चीज है जिसे तोड़ने के बाद खाया जाता है? No, we can eat. Correct, correct answer. Leni,
It's coming up.
correct answer. Brilliant. Sabash. Next. Okay, correct.
Okay, now the third question is, I have lots of branches, but it doesn't contain the fruits and flowers. I am not a tree too. Tell me, who am I?
मेरी बहुत सारी शाखाएं हैं, मेरे पास फ्रूट और फ्लावर्स नहीं है, मैं पेड़ भी नहीं हूँ. बोलो मैं क्या हूँ?
Education.
Yeah, oh my God, that's it true.
तरफ से nervous system, correct answer, but correct. 96 correct. शाबाश.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
करेक्ट. नर्वस सिस्टम करेक्ट है. बैंक भी करेक्ट है.
Okay, the next question is, what is it that we cannot touch but we can see it?
ओके, वो क्या है जो हम छू नहीं सकते मगर देख सकते हैं? स्काई. ड्रीम. अमीन, वेल डन. ड्रीम इज करेक्ट आंसर.
Okay,
Correct,
being
correct is also correct.
being a IT education, I just say that software. Again,
Exactly.
software we cannot touch it, but we can see it.
Brilliant. Next.
Okay, the next question is, two handsome boys having having same color. If one get lost somewhere, you cannot use another anywhere.
ओके, दो खूबसूरत लड़के जिनके रंग एक, अगर एक कहीं खो जाए दूजा काम ना आए. जल्दी जल्दी. एक कहीं खो जाए दूजा. ग्लासेस तो मैम कंबाइन होते हैं ना, तो वो तो एक खो जाए तो आई मीन वो तो कभी हो नहीं सकता. पूरा का पूरा.
Ma'am, can I say Divya here? Socks.
सॉक्स. अभी थोड़ा नजदीक हो. अभी थोड़ा नजदीक हो. सॉक्स हम पोछे के लिए यूज कर सकते हैं. दूसरा कोई कुछ. शूज. करेक्ट. आरती में करेक्ट. शूज. सॉक्स से कुछ पोछने के लिए काम आ जाता है, मगर अगर हमारा शूज खो गया ना तो दूसरा कोई काम नहीं आता. Very good.
Okay, the last question is, a queen is sitting in the darkness, fire on her head and water on her body.
एक रानी अंधेरे में बैठी जिसके माथे पे आग और बदन पे पानी, बताओ कौन? थोड़ा थोड़ा नजदीक। दीपक इज अ किंग नॉट अ क्वीन। क्वीन है
Candle.
कैंडल। करेक्ट आंसर मीनू सर, करेक्ट। सो दिस इज आवर एक्टिविटी, होप यू एंजॉय। थोड़ी देर के लिए बच्चे बनना, हर वक्त बच्चे बने रहना चाहिए, मगर वेरी गुड। जिस तरह से आप लोगों ने आंसर्स दिए, ब्रिलियंट।
Brilliant, brilliant. Fantastic activity, Payal ma'am, Usha ma'am, and I suppose all the educators are now comfortable taking the session, and I'm sure Usha ma'am will be having some such sessions in between her, her talk. Over to you, Usha ma'am. अभी session आपका है, आप
Yes, sir.
शुरू करना चाहें.
थैंक यू दीप्ति जी, पायल जी, बहुत अच्छा लगा हमारे पहेलियों को देखकर और सब आंसर दे रहे थे, बहुत अच्छा लगा। एंड दीज थिंग्स दे कैन ऑलवेज यूज इन द क्लासरूम्स। सो जैसे कि आइस ब्रेकर होता है, so as an icebreaker you start the class with all these things, poem and everything, so there should be surprise as you had the surprise. So motivation is all the surprises when you enter the class. Don't tell children what you are having with you, okay? Let them sit and think, aaj ma'am kya nikalegi, and then suddenly you start asking these riddles, puzzles, you tell poem, you tell story, anything surprising to them, okay? So from here only we have started the session, sir. So let's start. So today's session is like motivating students to perform better. So this is a very important questions, because always principals and everyone will say, I don't know why these children really don't come up with ideas, they are not doing anything, how to motivate them. So many times I have heard this in the staff room, even in the PTA meeting and all, this child needs to be motivated, we always say like this. So let me ask you something. What do you see here? How do you find out that a child is motivated or not? You have 1, 2, 3 these children in front of you. How do you find out that the child is motivated or not? Which child do you feel not motivated and which you feel motivated? Yeah, tell me. Okay, so which one is motivated? Let us find out that. Only that answer. Who is motivated in
Yeah.
this picture?
Usha ma'am, the picture is lost. So
Yeah, I know. I have just, I just
okay,
wanted to see. Yeah, because I wanted to see how they are. Yes, so you are correct. Number one child, which you saw just now, is having that, that it shows that he is active. Okay, now let's see. Now tell me one thing. Any relation between performance and motivation? Do you feel that there is a relationship between performance and motivation? So just think about it and write in the chat. Sir, are they writing something?
yes, ma'am.
What are they writing?
There's a say answer is like there's a direct relation between performance and motivation.
Okay.
And performance means marks, and motivation is feedback.
Okay. So let's move further. Let us see whether performance is only marks or what. Okay. Now, what is motivation? Just see here. There are some pictures in front of you. There is a girl who's reading a book. There are children who are watching this movie, cooking, and one person is exercising. Now, just let me know, why do we do all these things? Why do we all do these things? Tell me your answer. What are you writing? Just tell, Deepti ma'am, you can just read out some of the answers, what they are. Why do we do all these?
Usha ma'am said we feel good. Tarang sir said keep interest alive. Usha ma'am said we enjoy. Dipti ma'am said to gain more knowledge. Ami ma'am says to try something new and get energized. Anusha ma'am said we enjoy it. Leni said passion.
Okay.
So up to now, these are the answers.
Okay. So why do it means that we are getting something, right? That's why we are doing. So what is that something? We are getting motivated. Why we read books? Because there is so much of imagination over there, so much to learn over there. Now, when children are watching, they are having fun over there. Now, when this person is cooking along with the child, there is so much of experimentation taking place over there. Now, when this person is exercising, he is getting peace. He is happy. So these are the things that these keep us motivated. So for every action, we should have a question in ourselves. Why do I do this? Why I am doing this? Even the child who's sitting in the class, he will also think why I'm doing it. Even when you are going to teach over there, you should know why I am teaching these things, right? So why question should always be there with you. Now, this one. What motivates you as a teacher? Please, everyone should write, I think. What motivates you as a teacher? What happens when you teach? I would like to know more answer. I'm just stopping this. I would like to read myself. What motivates you as a teacher? Yeah. Blissful. I love children. Self-satisfaction. Okay. Respect, passion. Okay. It's love, smile of children. Okay. Happiness, passion, smiling faces, teach to learn. Sir, I don't see money anywhere coming up. Is not money also a type of motivation why we are teaching? Of course, money too. Now it has come after a long
Direct
time.
motivation.
Money is always there. Yes, learning new things every day. Right. That's the point that I want to pick up later on. Okay, so very good when you feel good with children. I'm so happy that all these teachers are so motivated themselves. So let us come to the next level, what we are actually picking up. So very good that these things motivate you, children motivate you, their smile motivates you. So now let us find out this. What motivates students in a classroom? I want to read your chat box. Let me see. What will you write? What motivates students in a classroom? Yes, okay. Encouragement, right? Activities, happy environment, smiling teacher. Yeah, very important. Activities, praise from a teacher. Great. Their belongingness, hug, friendly teachers. Yes, happy. Yes. Knowledge with fun, energized teacher, curious nature. Okay. Okay. So children like to have fun. Okay. Reward, you give this reward. Okay, spelling lesson, positive environment, reinforcement, smile star. Okay, who to find who teaches and acts the same. Okay, encourage to students, a star too. Okay, okay, so these are the things that motivates children. Let us see more. So I would like to know now, you all have written that motivation in different forms. So do you understand what is extrinsic motivation and intrinsic motivation? What is the extrinsic one? Like giving a star, which we are giving from the external, like to get the star, maybe the child is doing that. To get a chocolate, to get the praise, maybe the child is doing that. That is extrinsic motivation. So what is meant by intrinsic motivation? That means which comes from within. You feel that the child himself is so motivated. When even if you're not giving anything, that is called intrinsic motivation. So how to get that? How do you get that? Because this is going to stay longer. Extrinsic will always be there. When you are giving something, he is happy, again he will go in down. So how can we actually do intrinsic motivation? How can we provide that to children? So let's move further and let me ask you again. So what is the aim of education? Is it better performance in terms of marks or the overall personality development? What is your take? What is the aim of education in terms of marks or overall personality development? What is better performance in your eyes? Let me read your chat. I'm stopping this. Yeah. Overall performance, okay. To think for oneself by relating life. Final aim is to live happy life. Yes, yes, yes. Overall development, I'm happy. Aim to get a better high school. So see, children aim to get a better high school is not very far, you can say, right? The aim of education is to make a person who can actually take life lessons, who can actually have life skills, who can stand and speak his own, right? He can take good decision. These are the aims of education. So just getting marks is not our aim. That is what I was just thinking. Like, you are providing motivation, but not to get this lower goal. This is a lower goal, just to get marks. No, better performance is not in terms of marks only. It is for the personality development, is overall development, so that when he goes out, become a good individual, a right citizen who can ask questions, who can think critically. Understood? So these are the life skills that a child should have once he passes out from your hands. Like, for 14 years, the child is with you. So just don't aim only at the marks. They are important, no doubt. But our overall aim, the final aim, should be that perfect individual who can really be there talking about no nonsense, but he is having critical skill, critical thinking skill, and all these life skills. So how children can perform better in terms of marks? This is very much understood by everyone. You all do that every time we are doing, we are told to do. So just let me know how we can have children better in terms of marks, because we have to perform in two ways, overall and marks also. So how do we perform? How children can perform better? What are they writing, Dipti ma'am? I'm not stopping it here. How children can perform better in terms of marks?
Dipti ma'am, you are muted. Dipti ma'am, you are muted.
Sorry. Ekta ma'am says it's not necessary. Ami ma'am says, but marks also matter. Because of low scores, students won't be able to apply. Ekta ma'am says understanding is more important for getting good marks.
Okay, so how children can perform better? I'm asking that. What are the activities that you do that children can perform better in terms of marks? What do you do?
Karuna ma'am says to develop passion for the subject. Divya ma'am says evaluation methods can change. Pooja ma'am says in-depth understanding and writing practice.
Okay.
That is how we can get good marks, or students can get good marks.
Okay. So what all you do in your classrooms, that you have a pressure also that children should perform better in exams. So what all techniques do you apply? Please write. What techniques you apply so that children have a better understanding and then they get good marks? What are they writing?
Usha ma'am says activities. Dharamveer sir says if teacher can make lecture interesting, student will like to like subject. Divya ma'am says remedial teaching, teacher education. Someone wrote activity. Usha ma'am says learn thought fun. Anurag ma'am says,
yeah, please.
Ma'am, maybe through the active involvement of the students in the activities, maybe through some kind of learning by doing activities like role plays or like that.
Okay, so once you have taught, then our duty is there. Like, what we can do, we have already completed the task. Okay, but then the test is coming. So what we can do a revision. in the form of a quiz using online tools. So what I used to do, I used to use Padlet, Kahoot when it was online thing. Okay, so even in the classroom also you can tell children that you prepare your quiz and you come and perform. So revision when children are doing at home, so they will make a quiz and they are better prepared because now they have to ask questions. So when they prepare questions, automatically your questions will also fall into that later on. So when you are doing the revision, that should be done in a form of a quiz. That really helps. Then asking students to make questions, as I said. Then peer assessment. This is very important. What happens mostly, we take tests, and then when children are writing, they are judged by us from the beginning. But what I feel, there can be one step here in between, that before giving the big exam or big retest, or you can say test, they can have a class test just among the friends. The partner can give some questions and the other person is answering. Now the partner will help him to understand, no, this one is not correct, this one is correct. So see, the language of a child can be understood by the other child very easily. Sometimes it happens that you have been explaining so nicely, but sometimes the child is not able to understand your language. But a child will understand his or her, you can say, friend's language. So peer assessment, when it is done, the child is making a question, he's giving to his partner, the partner is solving, and then maybe if there is something, some mistake is there, that child, the friend, is helping him to understand. So the understanding is better, and the child does not feel ashamed. Oh, I didn't understand this. So many times today also, one child was telling it to me, ma'am, I help my friend. Menika, how? So ma'am, he doesn't understand the division, then I tell him how to do it. So I told, okay, what is the use of division? Then he said, ma'am, equal sharing ho jati hai and all these things. It means that this child is capable enough to make his friend understand the division part. Very, very important. So we should not just take charge every time in the class that I am only the person who can take tests. No, ask your children. You, half of them will make question. You can even distribute among others also. Okay. So not maybe the child who's sitting next will get the paper. Anyone who has made the paper can get it and give it to the other one. So you have the names on the top and the other person will check and will help. So kya hota hai isme ki everyone gets involved. And those who are not able to understand, they are actually, they will be helped by their friends. That becomes easier for them. The subject doesn't become very tough for them at that time, because it is broken up by children only. And one by one lesson completed. Okay, now you have a class test, peer assessment. So children become happy. Okay, ma'am, I will make questions. So give them also a charge of your class sometimes. Then assessment after each chapter in variety of ways. Now see, we know about NEP. It is talking about like you have to have different types of assessment, like maybe in a visual form. Maybe some child is making a chart. Maybe some child is making a model. So he can explain in that way also. It is not necessary that you have to take the assessment in only one paper, pen paper test. You can tell, okay, today I am just telling you whatever I have taught you in this chapter, please come and explain. So let children come and explain. You can assess. The formative assessment can be done in different ways, right? So maybe you can ask them, okay, do it in a play form. Maybe do just show the flow chart form. So give variety, because there are different type of children sitting in your classroom. So no one size fits all. So give them variety of assessment types. Okay. Now this is also one thing that I would like to share. This is called Freire model. So whenever you are explaining something, maybe about a polygon I have written here, or number 36, those who are math teachers will understand. So here you can divide it into 4 parts. This is definition in your words, then facts and characteristics, then examples and non-examples. Now imagine you are talking about polygon, you have explained it well. Now let children fill this up. You will not fill. You have already explained. Now you ask them in the examples, write down which are the polygons. So if they have understood well, they will write these. If not, they might write something else also. So later on, you will reveal in the class. So first of all, let them make this type of square. This is called Freire model, where they are themselves filling in up. Okay, that non-examples, if they are writing here circle, right angle, that means they understood. If they are writing triangle in this one, then it means that the person has not understood. And when you get this chart, you come to know easily this child has not understood. So this is a remedial in a form. Okay, so first you teach them and later on ask them whatever you have understood, fill it up in this chart. Similarly, for 36 number, you are writing it here. So examples are here. 9 4s are 36, 18 plus 18, then 4 5s are 20, plus 16 is 36. So in a variety of ways, this 36 can be reached. But it has also factors. Which factors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18, 36. And now what are the facts and characteristics? So from here also they can understand it's an even number, it's a composite, and even rounding off to 40. This also they can write. And then they are writing the definition. 36 is an even composite number with 9 factors. As they have already mentioned the factors here, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. Got it? So in this way, if you fill this Freire model technique, so this is a type of revision for them. Finish the chapter, give them Freire model, fill it up. And when they fill it up and explain, you will immediately come to know this part the child has not understood. So what I have shown you just now, these are the techniques for helping them to get better marks, you can say, if you're just talking about marks. But then I am actually looking for overall betterment. I am just not looking it as performing better means only in the term of marks. So how can we do that? So this question comes here. Connect with your students. Identify this teacher. Anyone over here who can identify this teacher? Who is he? Why I have posted his photograph here? Anyone? He is a primary teacher.
Dipti ma'am says Diesel sir. Disle, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Ranjit Desai.
Ranjit Desle.
Yeah.
He is this person, a
Great
primary
name.
school
Desai,
teacher.
okay.
Yes. From Sholapur, made headlines in 2020 when he received the UK-based Varkey Foundation's Global Teacher Prize, which comes with an award of $1 million. Then he made news again when he decided to share 50% of the prize money with the 9 other finalists. Now he's headed to US on a fellowship, the Fulbright Distinguished Awards and Teaching Program for International Teachers. So this is his motivation. He keeps on doing the work, and then again he's getting so much. So do you see what he's doing here? Anyone? What are you writing? Just let me know. What do you see when I say connect with your students? What does it mean? How to connect with your students? Please write. If anyone wants to say, please. आप बोल भी सकते हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. What is he doing? You can see he is just doing high five. How many of us do that with our children? In primary, lower classes, nursery, prep, 1 तक तो ठीक है. Second, third, fourth, if we do, we will feel कि बच्चे थोड़े से बिगड़ जाएंगे. And then 6, 7, 8, we never do that, right? So sometimes we can always do, if a child is really doing something good, and so we can just do like that, pat also, and smile. Can you see the smile here? Smile connects people. So here he is connecting with his students. Right. What have they written, ma'am? Dipti ma'am, what have they written?
Ekta ma'am says personal connect. Karuna ma'am says to be part of them. Naitik sir says attention to everyone and motivate. Sushmita ma'am says connection with each child. Chia Swan Neo says relate the lesson to the pupils. And Dipti ma'am says she does everything like that. And Dhanusha ma'am, Anuradha ma'am says yes. Amit Bajaj sir says smile, love and affection. Preeti ma'am says remember their names.
Very, very important. Very, very important, because sometimes we don't even remember their names, and then they feel that maybe I should be very naughty. Then only teachers will know my name, because naughty children we always know. Otherwise, those children who are getting very good marks, we know their names. But for the average children, we don't even remember their names. So it is in the first week of your school only, like when you have started your class in April, in the first week only, by the end of first week, you should know all the names of the children. It is expected like that. I know it is difficult. Anyone can say yes, please add.
मेरे साथ ऐसा होता है कि I can't remember name suddenly. Okay, so every week there is one day मैं खड़ा करती हूँ बच्चे को और मैं याद करती हूँ कि ओके योर नेम इज दिस एंड योर नेम इज दिस. अगर सही जवाब दिया बच्चे ताली बजाते हैं, हाँ चलो मैम को याद है मेरा नाम. तो थोड़ा बहुत फन एक्टिविटी हो जाता है लेक्चर के स्टार्ट से पहले कि चलो सीधा जाके you don't have to learn everything or teach everything to the student. So
okay, very good. Preeti Shinoy ma'am wants to say something. I think she has raised her hand. Boliye. Good.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening. I wanted to share something. Like the past few years, just before the pandemic, I started distributing the notebooks to the students, and personally, I started giving them their hands so that I can learn the names also. And the notebooks don't get lost. Otherwise, sometimes we just leave it here and there in the classroom, and the child is absent. The notebook is left here and there. So, child felt that the notebook is very important, and teachers taking personal attention.
Yes,
So,
very good. Very good. I will just tell you one thing that because nowadays again we don't know whether online will again come back suddenly. We don't know. We should be prepared. So what I had done, I'll just tell you. I'll share my thing. What happened? I thought that so many children sitting together online, we don't even know. So what I used to do every time I said, okay, 2 बच्चे roll number wise मुझे अपने बारे में बताएंगे. So जो तुम अच्छा करते हो, तुम्हारा पैशन क्या है, तुमको क्या अच्छा लगता है. So now these children used to wait now. Now today turn is of roll number 1 and 2. Okay, so for 2 minutes they will say. So other children are also listening. Someone says, "Ma'am, मुझे ना coin collect करना पसंद है." Oh, very good. तभी number 20 भी बोले, "Ma'am, मुझे भी पसंद है." So I will say, wait. When your time will come na, so you just get that. But now the connection is already made. Not only कि नाम है ना, वहां पर उनकी इंटरेस्ट भी ले लिया. So वो बड़ा मजा आता था बच्चों को. एंड पहले हमने सुना था, आई यूज टू लिसन कि बच्चे ना बहुत देर से आते हैं, ऑनलाइन ज्वाइन नहीं करते. पर मेरी क्लास में ऐसा नहीं हुआ. क्यों नहीं हुआ? क्योंकि मैं तो उनको बोलती थी आप अपने बारे में. अच्छा, कोई बोलता था मैम कल मेरी बारी है. दे यूज्ड टू वेट. मैंने कहा अच्छा तुम क्या करोगे? मैम कल मैं एक गाना सुनाऊंगा. मैंने कहा ठीक है. तो वो क्या अपना वो लेकर, क्योंकि घर में थे, दे यूज्ड टू सिट विद दैट. And I encourage, and then there are 4 others who are sitting there. We can do this also, ma'am. Why not? You can introduce like that also. So that has really, so you can also do in classroom also, you can say. The first week is like that, where you want children to come up, be friendly with you. So you can always do in this way. And the other thing I used to do, I used to always keep one small story and a poem with me. So क्या होता था, जब बच्चे आते थे तो मैं कभी अचानक पोएम, जैसे आपने रिडल्स किया, आई यूज्ड टू स्टार्ट विद अ पोएम. तो बच्चे क्या बोले, मैम आल्सो आई हैव आल्सो वन पोएम. मैं कहा कल ले आना. नाउ नेक्स्ट डे आई डोंट हैव टू ब्रिंग, द चाइल्ड हैज ऑलरेडी स्टार्टेड, है ना. तो इस तरह से क्या होता है कि व्हेन वी इंटरैक्ट विद चिल्ड्रन, व्हाट हैपेंस, दे स्टार्ट कमिंग अप, and then your work stops, and then the chain has already started. ये हमें समझना है. हम नहीं करेंगे हर बार. We just have to just ignite that, और उसके बाद let them take that forward. So चलो मैं आगे बढ़ती हूँ. तो बहुत अच्छा बोला आप लोगों ने, very good. So next we come here. What do you see here? Tell me. In these pictures, what do you see? Please write. I will again. इसको मैं बंद करूंगी and I will read your chat. Just write it down what you feel when you see these type of classes. Just see these 2 pictures I am showing you, the collage I am showing you. What do you understand when I'm showing this to you? What type of class is this? Please write. What do you feel? What are we tapping here? These two pictures. Now I'm stopping and I'll read your chat. So these classes, they are just full of energy. So what do you feel? Learning by doing, active participation, teamwork, fun engaging classroom activities. Wonderful. Yes. Full engaged pupils. Yes. Engrossed students. Sports team. Yes. Group activity. Wonderful. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay. You use Baba Git. ठीक है. Kids activity, children involved activity, sense of achievement. Yes. Very good. Creative activity based. Okay. See, there is experiential learning. There is creative thinking, model making. With the clay also they are making. So we can always have these type of classroom where there are different types of children sitting there with multiple intelligence. Tap that. I told you some of the children like to play. ठीक है आ जाओ कोई नाटक करना पसंद करता है आ जाओ they know their peer very well. Yes, and when you gave this activity ki this story I have shown you how in different forms you can pick. Show me here, just see what they will do. They will immediately club together. We can do like this, we can do like this, and they will come and tell you, ma'am, we want to do. So give. Acha, ek baat aur. Why group? Have you seen I have taken the pictures of groups, not individual? Why? Because when we to speak individually, like I'm speaking here, it's not easy. It's not easy for a child also. It's not easy. So when we do group activities, कोई थोड़ा कमजोर है, कोई थोड़ा स्ट्रांग है, वो मिलजुल कर अपना काम कर लेते हैं. तो किसी के ऊपर ये नहीं आता इसने कुछ नहीं किया ना. So they all share together. So the sense of achievement to everyone, and they feel secured. नहीं तो आप उनको अलग थलग छोड़ देते हैं. So this is very very important that we give more of group activities to the children. And as far as assessment is done, you will come to know immediately. That you don't have to worry कि हम कैसे करें इनको. You will come to know who is done what, but you don't have to tell the child you are not doing anything. You are not. No, he is doing according to the caliber. There are some children who don't do much, but then you can motivate them. Okay, yes, we should support the slow learners. So here, when the group is made, try to make it as you can say कि multiple तरह के बच्चे आए, weak भी हो, strong भी हो, strength हो, सबकी अलग अलग. Some children have good handwriting, some are good in art. So in this way we can divide the things. और फिर उसके बाद क्या उनको easy हो. Yes, mixed ability groups. Yes, very good. So let's move further. Then this is how children can perform better overall. As I was telling you that they were having multiple intelligence in the classroom. So let us tap that energy. Then holistic and multidisciplinary education with intellectual, aesthetic, social, physical, emotional, moral, all these things. Our activities when we are doing should contain all these things together so that no child is left behind. Maybe there is a child who's very good in sports, maybe someone who's very good in art, then eco club, activity club, community service. It means you are providing all the things to the children. आपको जो खाना है वो खा लो. अगर मुझे राजमा चावल पसंद है और वहां पर कहीं मैं गई हूँ डिनर के लिए और अगर वो वहां पर मिल जाता है तो आई फील सेटिस्फाइड, है ना. बाकी चीजें खाऊंगी थोड़ा थोड़ा, बट राजमा चावल थोड़ा और अच्छे से खाऊंगी. Similarly, if I have only one over there option, then it becomes difficult. So बच्चों के लिए भी give multiple options. You can pick up any and then you can show your caliber. You show this topic in your own form. So what I feel, it should be made flexible. Teachers should also be flexible to take it. Today I am going to tell you one example कि जब मैं नुक्कड़ नाटक कराती थी या नाटक कराती थी, so these children used to come out and then they have to actually practice. So sometimes they reached late to the classroom because they are practicing throughout and then they are running up by the time the bell is rung and they are reaching late. Now some of the teachers used to say, natak company aa gayi hai, baith jao. So what used to happen, they used to get demotivated. Why? Because they said, मैम हम तो यहाँ मेहनत कर रहे थे और हम दौड़ते दौड़ते ऊपर गए हैं, तो कई बार काम नहीं कंप्लीट, नाटक करते रहते हो सारा दिन, इसीलिए काम नहीं होता. But we have to understand that अगर वो नाटक कर रहे हैं, that is also a big thing. Just attending a class is not the ultimate. They are showing their own talent in that natak also. So why do we just cut off that and we just pinpoint कि कॉपी में काम नहीं हुआ, इसका मतलब कि तुम बर्बाद हो, तुम बेकार हो. So what I mean, I just want to specify here कि these different types of caliber we have to give equal weightage. Just don't put कि भाई कॉपी में काम नहीं हुआ इसलिए तुम बेकार हो, तुमने अच्छे से आंसर्स नहीं लिखे, क्वेश्चन आंसर नहीं लिखे पेपर में, तो तुम बेकार हो. ऐसा नहीं है. There are different type of children, they have different caliber, so we have to understand that way. Now I would like to add one story, a small thing here, that about the sports. I wanted to say that there was one child in my class and he never used to give copy. उसका काम पूरा नहीं होता था, incomplete task. And when I used, and this is class 9, so when I used to come to the staff room and ask someone, so everyone starts saying, he doesn't do the work, he is not doing anything, what to do with this child, I don't know how to assess it. So I was just thinking why this is happening. So why question should always be there in your mind. Okay, so when I went to the class next time, I asked him, you come here, Raghav, what happened? Then he said, ma'am, मैंने कहा तुम कॉपी नहीं देते हो. Ma'am, what to do? I have so many things. What to do? मैंने कहा, what is your timetable? Like, what do you do? Ma'am, since morning I just get up at 4 and again I go to India Gate for do the skating, and then I come back to the school, and then the whole day I'm in the school, then I go back again, I'm practicing, because he is actually devoting his time in sports. उसको प्रैक्टिस करना है, उसके टीचर ने कहा है कि उसको स्केटिंग की प्रैक्टिस करनी है. He is not getting time to do his homework. So I said, okay, this is your routine. Yes, ma'am. Then I called the child. I told, okay, share with everyone. Now those children who were sitting in the classroom, they were astonished to listen his routine. My God. They were really surprised. He's doing so much of work. मैंने कहा, then can you help him? Yes, ma'am, we can help him. How will you help him? Ma'am, we can give him the copy. He can give us after 2-3 days. Okay. So will this problem be solved? Yes, ma'am, I will do. Give me some time, ma'am. And then he did it. But that thing, we have to understand that every child is different. We have to ask this child, why this is happening? Yeah, the focus and the marks will automatically come when the child is motivated. That's what I'm saying. These are the things that motivates a child, and slowly and gradually the marks will be there. But if you are just aiming at marks and not catering to their needs, then you will not get marks. First, the child has to love you, then only he will love your subject. So that's what I was saying कि स्पोर्ट्स में वो बच्चा है, उसको सब लोग बोल रहे बेकार है, बट इज नॉट बेकार. वो तो बहुत मेहनत कर रहा है, अलग फील्ड में कर रहा है, तो उसको एक्नॉलेज किया जाए और हेल्प किया जाए. So then this child all came to me, ma'am, don't be worried, I will do very good in Hindi. So I said, okay, that's very good. So
I would just like to add something to this.
Yes.
Yes, Dipti ma'am has shared about parents on marks, and there's another comment for the same. What is being discussed right now is not that you have to do the same thing all the time. Yes, there are certain times you have to know about the child, and education psychology says, this is the first sentence in the education psychology, the book of education psychology, that to make Joe learn, you must first learn about Joe. It means you must know your child. If you know your child, and if you know what the child can do, and if you relate with the child, then your child will definitely try to give his best performance or her best performance in your subject. I know it's not an easy task. Time restrictions होते हैं, expectations होते हैं, syllabus completion करना होता है, सब करना होता है. Every teacher has got these things. But if you are relating your child, right? Relating with your child, then somewhere the child will relate himself or herself with you and will try to show some performance in your subject. जैसे अभी मैम ने बताया कि ना you as a teacher you must be happy as a teacher to teach in the side in the class. It's irrespective whether you know this thing, you don't know this thing. If as a teacher you're being accepted, believe me, आप जो भी पढ़ाओगे वो चाइल्ड पढ़ लेगा. जैसे मैम ने बताया, मैम का सब्जेक्ट हिंदी है लेकिन उसने साइंस भी कंडक्ट किया है. You see, so it doesn't matter then, because the child gets tuned to what you are teaching. They get tuned to what you are saying rather than who you are, what you know, right? So you must get involved with the child. I think that is the motto of everything. And सबका time होता है. I don't say that every time you have to do this activity or the other activity, but at times you have to relate with it. हम किसी child को पीछे नहीं छोड़ना चाहिए. We have different categories of child. सभी को कहीं ना कहीं टाइम पे उसको टच करना होता है. Sorry ma'am, please continue. You have
no, it's okay. No, you're right. That's what I'm saying ना. तो वो जरूरी है कि हम सबको समझें, समझना जरूरी है. So here now inclusion, that's what I'm saying. Inclusion, different types of children are there in the classroom. कोई average है, कोई below average है, कोई above average है. सबको साथ लेके चलना है. और कई बच्चे उसमें आपको differently abled भी मिल देंगे, उनके भी हमारे पास challenges होते हैं. But we cannot leave anyone behind, है ना. तो उसके हिसाब से हमें ऐसे activities रखनी है कि सबको साथ लेकर चलें. So these are some of the things that you can do, as I asked you and you have been doing. But yeah, some more advices and the more is there. Give some challenging task. आप छोटे बच्चे हैं, उनको थोड़ा सा भी challenging देंगे ना तो मजा आता है उनको. Group activities, impromptu activities, surprises, as I said. फिर ask children to perform in the class. That's what I said. Their hobbies, songs, games. And let them create and tell stories. Now, this is very important. Invite motivational speakers to speak about your subject. That's very important. जब आप उनको उनके सामने कुछ role models लाते हो तो उनको अच्छा लगता है. And then they have interest in that subject, because that speaker who's coming of his own subject, he knows much more. राइट तो जब वो बच्चों की क्वेरीज को सॉल्व करता है तो बच्चों को पता ओ व्हाई आई एम रीडिंग दिस टॉपिक, व्हाई दिस सब्जेक्ट इज सो इम्पोर्टेंट. Then again, taking them to excursion, field trips, these will help, you know. मैं म्यूजियम्स जो है मुझे बहुत पसंद है. म्यूजियम से हम बहुत कुछ सीखते हैं. Similarly, now peer learning, I told, debate on a topic, practice the lessons using quizzes, encourage self-reflection. ये भी बहुत जरूरी है. Children have written their answers. Okay, beta. Now you read your answer. Okay. Now you read your answer. He has also read. So for the first one, did you understand any point that you can put in? Yes, ma'am, I've understood. I will. You don't have to write. Let first children self-reflect on their answers. What we mostly do, we take their copies and start writing. Then we have so much of work. So what I used to do, I used to give them the question, okay, written, yes, ma'am. Now 5 children will tell this answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 children stood up. You tell, you tell. I will not say wrong. I will say, okay, now let us listen to him. Let us listen to her. Now what happened? The child who has written less, he has automatically got more answers from his own peer. As I told you, I really liked peer education. So here, when the child who has written the maximum points, when he is reading the answer, definitely the other children who have written less, not only these 5, but also in the classroom, I'll tell them, okay, those who have not added these points, please add. Now, what will happen? When I will check the copies, immediately my work is done by the children. And as children have themselves added, it means they have understood and added. See, these, whatever I have written, I have done, followed throughout in 24 years. This is not कहीं से मैं copy नहीं किया. ये अपने मन से आया कि मैं क्या क्या करती थी. And these are all short things. So let children manage some classes, activities, give them responsibility. This is very, very, very important. That we should give them the charge. अपने ही हम teacher बन गए, हम ही सब कुछ करेंगे तो we get tired and children feel that they are passive listeners. Let them be asked questions. Let them come out. Let them handle the class sometimes. and you will feel the difference. आपको अच्छा लगेगा जब आप इस तरह से exhibitions कराते हैं. You will see they can manage so well. Similarly with the puppets and all we can do. And then these are very, very important points. Appreciate, acknowledge whatever work, chota kiya, bada kiya, acknowledge, oh wow, you have done this, very good. So they will feel, okay, my work has been counted. And this is utmost. Make the classroom environment fearless. Many children say, हमें अपनी teacher से डर लगता है. We don't go near her or him. Why? Why should be they having so much fear? The classroom is a happy place to be made, not fearful. कि उनको ऐसा डर लगे कि मैडम का काम करके दे रहे हैं. It means what? Without motivation. If you are asking them with motivation, means वो अपने आप करने के लिए आए, अपने आप. With fear you cannot do. डंडे के जोर पे आप एक बच्चे को 10 दिन पढ़ा सकते हैं, प्यार से आप पूरे साल पढ़ा सकते हैं. So make your environment fearless, not fearful. Let each and every child be coming to you openly. Ma'am, this is my problem. Oh yes, beta, loud. What is it? So why to make them so fearful? नहीं भाई कोई मेरे पास नहीं आएगा. Mostly we do that. And this I got from Twitter. My friends here, just see, this is a gift a child has given to the teacher. So why? She said she got it because it is pink and it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So she got this for pink. And believe, she has written here, believe, because I believed in her enough to help her raise her science grade. So much important point here. When you say, beta, aaj aap 5 भी लाए हो ना, but I have full faith in you. You can do wonders. तुम्हारे अंदर बहुत शक्ति है. आपने बस इतना बोला ना, तो वो बच्चा अगली बार 5 से 6 से 8 तक पहुंचेगा. अगली बार उसको बोलेंगे, wow, see, I told you, you can get better. और अच्छा कर सकते हो. And believe me, your belief in him or her will help to improve the grades. Very, very important point that this child has written this word because the teacher used to say, I believe in you. So you can never know what impact you are actually having in the classroom. So here I would like to share a very small story with you all. This is a beautiful story. You can see a teacher was there in the classroom and she gave it to a child. Lo, aap drawing karo. Everyone is drawing. Why are you not drawing? He took the paper. And then later on when teacher asked, he again returned the paper like this. So the teacher says, ma'am, is it a polar bear? वो बच्चे को पूछती क्या ये polar bear है snow के नीचे? Well, no, ma'am, I have not drawn anything. He was very truthful. So the teacher said, okay, then why don't you do one thing? Please draw something. Put a dot. Now the child put a dot. The child put a dot. Oh, wow, you have made a dot. Wonderful. Why don't you sign it? Now the child writes his signature over there. He has put his signature. Now the teacher, wow, you have made. So next day what she did, she framed it and put it in the classroom. So next day when the child came to the classroom, he saw, my God, is it so beautiful? My teacher has put it up all framed. Oh my God. Then he thought, one dot? If it can make wonders, okay, let me do something. He tried at home with different colors. And then he started understanding कि भाई येलो को मिलाएंगे ब्लू के साथ ग्रीन बनेगा क्या बनेगा. He tried and he got so many dots. And then he again gave it to me. Oh, ma'am, again framed it and put it over there. Huh? Man can put only these dots. Sorry, I can do wonders. Then he started making more and more. And then he started giving it to ma'am. Aur bada bana. And then one day the ma'am puts all the exhibition of all these paintings. And the parent-teacher meeting was there. So the children were moving around. Then one child went and saw this. And this child was standing there. So he said, did you make all this? Yes, I made, I made. Is it? But I can't do. Then this child gives this paper and say, now it's your turn. Start making a dot. Just a dot. Just a dot. And then that change starts. So this is very, very important to do this. Appreciate, believe, You can do. Wow, what nice you have done. You have put it here. So this is a very small story, but very powerful. I think that we have to understand even this छोटी सी बात कि आपने उसको बस क्लास में दिखा दे इतना सुंदर, और वो बच्चा घर जाके तो पगला हो जाएगा और बोलेगा और बनाओ और बनाओ. जो बच्चा ब्लैंक पेपर दे रहा था, he has started giving all this and he has started making paintings. तो कितने आराम से ये बात हो सकती है. This is called motivation, nothing else. Teachers should just appreciate, love, क्या बोल रहे हैं वो सब चीजें, है ना. और एक और जो पॉइंट है जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, that I will just share with you, कि आफ्टर बिलीविंग ये सब जो हो गया, उसके बाद ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. Students don't need a perfect teacher. They need a happy teacher who's gonna make them excited to come to school and grow a love for learning. Happy teacher. You know, sometimes we go with all the grudges in our faces. मुंह बना के जाते हैं. Don't come near me. Sit down over there. No, no, no. So what happens? We are just keeping them away. They were waiting for you. This is now science class. They are waiting for the teacher, but not the teacher who's coming with so many anger, so much of anger in the face and just saying, चुपचाप बैठ जाओ. और आते साथ ही 2-3 बच्चों को डांटा, बाहर निकाल दिया, उसे कॉपी फेंक दी, उसको कुछ बोल दिया, and the whole class is silent and the teacher is saying, oh, my class is very good, they are now quiet. So being a quiet in the class is not a good classroom. I must say that the classroom is the classroom which is a good classroom, which is always bubbling with things, with ideas, children coming up, doing this, that. This is not indiscipline. This is that you are helping them to take out their things. है ना? And the best part is, if you are happy, it means your mental health is correct. तो आपकी mental health बहुत जरूरी. If sometimes you feel that you are not actually fit, आपको कोई दिक्कत है, immediately consult. First of all, आप अपने administration के पास जाएं, talk to them that I am feeling low these days, I am having problem. If you are given too much of duty, at least speak. If you feel that that is not helping, please take help. You can take 1 or 2 day leave also. Nothing will go wrong, but at least take care of your health, because these days mental health is actually creating problems. तो आपकी हेल्थ अगर ठीक नहीं है तो आप लंबी दौड़ नहीं कर पाएंगे. You will not be able to do well later on. So whenever you feel low, take your time, entertain हो जाओ, हंसते हुए आओ. If you feel happy from inside, you yourself are motivated, your children will definitely get your vibes. आप खुश हैं, कहते हैं ना, एक स्माइल से 100 स्माइल बनती है. If you smile, because if you are happy from inside, then only you can pass that smile on. So
Yes.
this is for today's session, I will say. So thank you so much. That
Brilliant, ma'am.
Brilliant, ma'am.
Awesome, ma'am.
And you know, in our school we have a tradition कि अगर आप किसी की बात अच्छी लगती है तो आप उसको 3 ताली के मान देते हैं. तो हम उसको 3 ताली का मान देते हैं. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Brilliant session, ma'am. Indeed motivated. And I would like to add what you said. You know, Dipti ma'am, if you just mute your mic for a while, it's having a background noise. Yeah. So today's topic basically how to motivate children to perform better. You know, this is a question with every school, every class, and every teacher. And in today's topic, we have just tried to give you different ways and means that how you can motivate your child to perform better. But here I would like to give a clear distinction between two terms. Ma'am ने already cover किया है, intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation. Here, but I'm not here going to tell anything about motivation. There is another one word which is called inspiration. Okay. Now, motivation is something that as a teacher you have to give. It will influence the performance and the performance will become better. But inspiration is something which you will have to demonstrate, and child will learn from it, and child will always remain inspired. So, you know, अगर दूध को हम उबालें तो क्या होता है, वो उबाल आता है. लेकिन उबाल क्यों आता है? क्योंकि नीचे वो गैस चालू है. वो मोटिवेशन होता है. गैस को बंद कर दो तो क्या होगा? दूध अपने आप तो नहीं उबलेगा. लेकिन जो अपने आप उबल सकता है उसका जो परफॉर्मेंस है वो और है, बिकॉज दे विल नॉट नीड ए टीचर देम. So, I used to tell this thing in my class, that if you want to remember what I teach. If you want to forget who you taught, and who taught you, means who taught you. अगर आप रिमेम्बर करना चाहते हो तो मैं क्या पढ़ा तो उसको याद रखो. They will ask, sir, what is your name? आप कहाँ से आए हो? आप क्या करते हो? It's meaningless. उसकी कोई जरूरत ही नहीं है. मैं क्या पढ़ा रहा हूँ उसके लिए आप फोकस करो. So what is important is that you motivate a child. आप मोटिवेट करते हो, आप इंस्पायर करते हो, तो चाइल्ड जो है वो अपने आप मार्क्स लाना शुरू कर देगा. और उसके लिए कोई एक श्योर शॉट फॉर्मूला नहीं है. देयर इज नॉट अ सिंगल फॉर्मूला दैट आप उसको कैसे मोटिवेट करोगे, कैसे इंस्पायर करोगे. और यहाँ पे उषा मैम ने बहुत सारी फॉर्मूलाज एक्सप्लोर कर दिया है. she has shared so many formulas in front of you. आप ये एक्टिविटी करा सकते हो, आप वो एक्टिविटी करा सकते हो. आप
और मैं बता रही हूँ सच में, ये मैं झूठ नहीं कह रही, क्योंकि ये सारे मेरे अपने पूरे एक्सपीरियंसेस हैं सर. और ये फुल प्रूफ है, होता है, ये हो सकता है.
Definitely.
ये नहीं है कि मैं कहीं बाहर से लाई हूँ. These all have been practiced in my classroom. और मुझे बहुत मजा आता था कि ये बच्चा ऐसा है, ये बच्चा ऐसा कर सकता है, ये ऐसा कर सकता है. ये चीज जो है, ये मजा आता था क्लास में, देखने में मजा आता. अरे वाह, तुमने ये कर लिया. ये जब हम बोलते हैं ना बच्चों को, दे रियली एंजॉय दैट.
Yes, very true, very true. And just remember, see, it's about a teacher's commitment towards the future generation. See, in your class, you have an IAS officer sitting there. In your class, there is a commissioner sitting there who is going to be commissioner in the future. In your class, there is a doctor sitting there who is going to treat you tomorrow after 10 years. Right? अगर आपने उसको अच्छे से ट्रीट किया है, believe me, आपको जो ट्रीटमेंट मिलेगा. सी, किसी ने नहीं लिखा है कि we work for money. Right? Yes, monetary rewards are always secondary in teaching. What is important is non-monetary rewards. And we don't work for rewards,
पूछा था ना सर,
for giving the rewards.
उस समय मैंने पूछा, no one has written for money. That is, extrinsic motivation. Got my point. That's why I was asking कि money नहीं लिखा. सबने बोला मुझे ये चाहिए, वो चाहिए. money तो always रहता है. लेकिन अगर आप अपने जिस इंस्टीट्यूट में काम करें, बच्चे अगर बोलते हैं मैम बड़ा मजा आता है आपकी क्लास में, बस हम तो उछल पड़ते हैं, अगली बार और कुछ लेकर चले जाते हैं. बस ये जो मोटिवेशन ना बच्चों की तरफ से जब आती है ना, तो आप और ज्यादा खुश होते हैं. दिस इज इंट्रिंसिक हो जाता है आपके अंदर ये.
So in today's session, we have learned much about how to motivate children in their class to perform better. And I hope that every of the teacher who has joined here, firstly, they have joined today because they themselves are motivated teachers. They themselves are inspired teachers, and they themselves wants to learn something new. Now, this is the spirit that will keep education alive in your class. जब बच्चा जानेगा कि टीचर अभी भी सीख रहे हैं, टीचर जो है अभी भी पढ़ रहे हैं, वो अभी भी लर्न कर रहे हैं, तो वो लर्निंग से इट्स अ वेरी कॉन्टेम्पलेस थिंग. राइट? उसको खुद को लर्न करने की चाहना होगी, वो खुद पढ़ना चाहेगा कि चलो मैं भी आपके साथ पढ़ता हूँ. सो ये जो है, नेवर जस्ट स्टॉप योर लर्निंग. It can be different thing. So आज का जो GEG का सेशन था वो टेक्नोलॉजी पे कम और टेक्निक पे ज्यादा था. So as a teacher आप क्या कर सकते हो क्लास में? As a teacher क्या, see, the influence of the teacher is infinite. You never know where it goes. Right? So just believe in your child. जैसे मैम ने बताया, believe in your child, the student that is in front of you. आप उसमें belief create करो, बिलीव करो खुद कि नहीं, मैं देख पा रहा हूँ, आप आगे जाके बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस दे पाओगे. उसकी खुशामद नहीं करनी है. You don't have to flatter the child. See, there's a thin line of difference, but believe करना है. तो जो करोगे, it is not that you can affect 60 teachers in a class at the same time, but if you influence two students or 4 students or 5 students randomly every 1 day, every 2 days, then over a period of time आपके क्लास का परफॉर्मेंस पूरा ऊपर आ जाएगा. So this is very, very important, and I think I'm really thankful to Usha ma'am to she explained it so in an expressive manner कि आप खुद मोटिवेटेड हो जाते हो. आज सुबह मेरे को दीप्ति मैम ने बताया कि सर जब भी मैं उषा मैम से बात करती हूँ या जब भी थ्रू दिस प्लेटफॉर्म, I can't stop, smiling. The smile doesn't go away from my face. So this is actually the teacher's job. आपको बच्चों को उत्साहित करके रखना है कि आज टीचर क्या पढ़ाएंगे. आज टीचर आज आए हैं क्लास में. Yes, they should be happy to come to the classroom. They should be happy to come to the school and to give you some work. जो भी काम करते हैं. So inspire your children, inspire your students, and allow them to show their performance. सफलता का स्वाद उसको खुद चखने दे और उसके बाद उसको पता चलेगा कि सफलता क्या है. And I must be going on getting this सफलता. So Usha ma'am, thank you very much for this wonderful session and rewarding session and really motivating session for all the teachers. And I'm sure the community at large is going to benefit from it. Yes, I'm going to share this recording with every person who registered and as well as the GG community as well. I thank all the teachers who have spared time today for joining this particular session. I especially acknowledge the presence of Dr. Iros Vaja. He is the head of department of the English department in Saurashtra University. I acknowledge Minu Jasdanwala, who is also handling an English community over here, and many such teachers who themselves are a mentor for their children. So thank you one and all for joining today's session. I shall be sharing the recording. Feedback link मैं यहाँ पे आपको share करता हूँ आपके certificates के लिए. I would suggest कि आप feedback link जब feedback enter करो, तो please make sure you enter a correct email ID because certificates auto generate होते हैं, auto send होते हैं. If your email ID is not properly entered, your certificates won't reach you. So thank you very much.
I would also like to thank everyone कि आप लोग तो खुद इतने सब टीचर्स ही हैं इतने सालों से और मुझे सुनने के लिए यहाँ पर आए तो ये मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ी बात है क्योंकि श्रोता ज्यादा जरूरी है. अंदर तो बहुत भरा होता है लेकिन सुनने वाला कौन है ना. तो जो यहाँ पर लगभग आज 100 लोग तो ज्वाइन किए सर. तो अगर ये 100 अगर सुनने को तैयार थे, आई एम सो थैंकफुल टू देम क्योंकि जैसे कि एक स्टोरी टेलर होता है ना उसको श्रोता चाहिए होते हैं. तो दिस वाज आल्सो story of 24 years which I have actually shared with you all. और मतलब I am already doing online classes कर रही हूँ, हिंदी सिखा रही हूँ, चैनल है मेरा, वो सब है. लेकिन वो जो 24 साल जो क्लासरूम की जो टेक्निक्स हैं वो जो मैंने शेयर की, अगर इनके काम आएगी तो मुझे अच्छा लगेगा. देख मतलब और आगे लेके जाएं. तभी I agreed upon this कि okay let the things be shared and let it move आगे and लेट दिस जो भी आपका रिकॉर्डिंग आप करेंगे और ज्यादा लोग शेयर करें उसको.
जी बिल्कुल.
मैम सच बताऊं मुझे ऐसी फीलिंग आती है आपके चरण कहाँ है. मैं
प्लीज डोंट डू दिस.
थैंक यू सो मच. मतलब कि पूरे 1 महीने का मोटिवेशन मुझे मिल गया. यही मुझे ट्रांसफर करना है अपने बच्चों में.
खुश होके जाओ, मजे करो. मतलब इतना टेंशन नहीं पालने का, मजे करने हैं है ना. और आधा काम तो बच्चों से करवा लो. जैसे मैंने बोला रिवीजन में ये तो टेंशन नहीं है. आपके अपनी परफॉर्मेंस अपने आप बढ़ जाएगी. मैं कहती हूँ मैं हैरान हो जाती थी, अरे बच्चे तो बहुत अच्छे कर रहे हो, बस और भी ज्यादा ले. तो मैं जो बोल रही हूँ ये इसलिए सच है क्योंकि मैंने किया हुआ है. And I know the power of children.
Ma'am,
yes, please.
Ma'am, good evening. Same आपने बताया है. As in Maharashtra, I am a drawing teacher. बच्चे वही क्लास में जाने के बाद मिस आज क्या है इतना एक्साइटेड. very same way as a truth that you have to told that same each and every sentence very correctly.
Very good.
Very nice, ma'am. Very nice. So nice.
Thank you. So we are concluding today's session over here. I thank one and all for joining for today's session and hearty thanks to Usha ma'am for sparing out her time and expertise with us. And his expertise is very important. उसने उसके पूरे experience अनुभव का निचोड़ हमारे सामने रख दिया है. So we are really thankful to Usha ma'am for these wonderful tips and tricks that she has shared. Yeah, on this, before we conclude, if any teacher would like to say something, I am keeping this session open.
Yes, please.
Sushmita ma'am. You have raised the hand.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Thank you so much. Really, I'm motivated a lot. But I have one thing. In my class, also I have one child, Kian. He doesn't want to write. His parents want कि वो लिखना सीख जाए, लिखे क्लास में जैसे सारे बाकी बच्चे करते हैं, वो भी लिखे उसी तरीके से.
कौन सी क्लास है आपकी?
मैम प्रेप. UKG से।
ऐसा होता है ना, कई बच्चों का मोटर स्किल थोड़ा देर से डेवलप होता है, उसके लिए भी मोटिवेशन चाहिए ना। उसको छोटा सा उसको कुछ बनवा दो, उससे ड्राइंग करवा दो। वही लेटर जो आप लेटर से बात करें, वो लेटर से ड्राइंग बनवा दो। हो सकता है उसको ड्राइंग करने से इंटरेस्ट आ जाए, तो थोड़ा
loves drawing and I always try, but जो उसको उसी पीरियड में करना है ऐसा कुछ रहता है, तो उस टाइम पे मैं उसे कराती हूँ, वो करता है, बट वो उसे पसंद नहीं है वो करना।
हाँ, वो ना टाइम लगेगा। जब वो देखिए कुछ चीजें होती है जो कंपल्शन में हम कराते हैं, है ना, उसको वो पसंद नहीं है।
I would like to suggest कभी उसको आप रेत में
वो
करो काम। You change the content, you change the material.
मोड कर लो चेंज
Different
उसको।
pen, but
कई बार एयर में कर लो, हाँ, रेत में, एयर में, या आप ना उसको वो भी दे सकते हो, क्ले मॉडलिंग से वो बच्चा शेप बनाए। थोड़ा सा उसको फील करना है, उसको टाइम लगेगा।
You can write on his palm also. Suppose अगर क है तो उसके हाथ में आप लिख के दो कि ये क है, तो टेक्निक्स अगर बदल जाएंगी ना, तो जो टेक्निक वो एडॉप्ट कर लेगा ना, उस हिसाब से वो करेगा।
We have Pooja Sharma ma'am raising her hand. Yes, Pooja ma'am, you would like to say something?
Playway method.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Good evening, ma'am, and good evening all the educators here. Ma'am, I first of all it's a brilliant session, and I find myself very privileged to be a part of it. Just one query which I would like to share. In the class, I feel that there are times when I see that there are a few students whom I find very low in energy, and maybe they are not very interested in the class. But somehow the time constraint is such that even if I see that yes, there is some kind of disinterest, or I don't have time to stop and talk. So and then
उनको बाहर बुला लो। मैं क्या करती थी ना, चलते चलते, आ जाओ बेटा बाहर आ जाओ, जरा बातें करते हैं, है ना। तो उनसे मैं बाहर बुला के उनसे बात करती थी कि क्या बेटा, क्या प्रॉब्लम चल रही है। तो वो बच्चे बोले मैम मेरा मन नहीं करता। उनका बेटा मन तो लगाना पड़ेगा ना, क्या करे बच्चे, करना तो पड़ेगा ना। थोड़ा सा उनसे पुचकार के ना बात। तो वो एक बोलेगा मैम मेरे को कोई कॉपी नहीं देता, तो मेरा पिछला काम अटका पड़ा है, इसलिए मैं आगे नहीं लिख पा रहा हूँ। देखना ये आएंगे आपके पास आंसर्स। क्या कारण है कि वो अपना काम नहीं कर रहे टाइम से, है ना। कुछ क्वेश्चन ऐसे हैं जो हम पूछते नहीं है क्लास, और क्लास में नहीं पूछना उनको, क्योंकि उनके पास कुछ प्रॉब्लम चल रही है, वो क्लास में बोलना नहीं चाहते। तो उनको अलग से जब आप बुलाते हो, एक एक करके बुलाओ, और आप देखेंगे आंख में आंख डाल रहे, तो कल तो करेगा ना बेटा, प्यार से, है ना, कल तो करे ना बच्चा, ना अच्छा बच्चा ना, ऐसे बोलेंगे। आप देखेंगे वो तो ओवरवेलमिंग ऐसा होगा, अगले दिन तो पहले ही लाके। मैं आपको जो बता रही हूँ, फैक्ट बता रही हूँ, इतने सारे टेक्निक अप्लाई किए हुए ना इस तरह के, और बच्चे करने लग जाते, करने लग जाते। उससे प्यार करो, प्यार करो, क्वेश्चन पूछो, क्यों ऐसा हो रहा है, तुम क्यों नहीं कर रहे बेटा, क्या मैं तुम्हारी को सहायता कर दूं, तुम्हें किसी की कॉपी चाहिए, क्या चाहिए बेटा। तो वो अपने आप आपको बोलेगा मैम ये प्रॉब्लम चल रही है, प्रॉब्लम है वहां पर कुछ उसको।
The grade that we are talking about, ma'am, like it is for class 12th. So for class 12th, it is not very important for me that the notebook work has to be complete. What is more important is that children are able to understand the concept.
तो आपको उस बच्चे को बाहर निकाल कर पूछना है। 12th का बच्चा है तो और ज्यादा जरूरी है, क्योंकि मैंने देखा है 11th 12th में बच्चे डीमोटिवेटेड बहुत ज्यादा होते हैं, क्योंकि उनके ऊपर बहुत 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 प्रेशर है। आप अगर एक दिन पढ़ाइए मत, आप लोग सब जो 12th पढ़ा रहे 11th मत पढ़ाइए एक दिन। सिर्फ मैं तो एक बार जब उनके क्लास में गई, अरेंजमेंट के लिए जब गई, तो उन्होंने मुझे ऐसी ऐसी बातें बताई कि मैं हैरान। मैंने कहा बताओ, कहते मैम यहाँ कोई किसी को चिंता नहीं है, हमारी सबको ये चिंता है कि हमारा कोर्स कब खत्म हो रहा है। But they are not talking about us at all any day, because as soon as you go right, because आपकी पूंछ में तो आग लगी हुई है, पटाखा बजने वाला है, इस वजह से ये है फैक्ट ना। तो हमें क्या करना है, एक दिन के लिए उस पटाखे को भूल जाओ, टॉक टू योर चिल्ड्रन। ये सारी समस्या उन बच्चों की जो अंदर से मोटिवेटेड नहीं, उनको बहुत परेशानी, उनके दिमाग, पेरेंट्स बहुत तंग कर रहे हैं, पेरेंट्स बहुत परेशान करते हैं, तू पढ़ता नहीं, तू पढ़ता नहीं, तू पढ़ता, उसको आ ही नहीं रहा समझ में, या उसकी कोचिंग क्लास लगा रखी है। आपकी क्लास वो अटेंड ना करे, वहां पर जाना जरूरी है, वहां आधा समझ आ रहा नहीं आ रहा नहीं पता, तो आपको भी उसको पकड़ना है। जो ऐसे बच्चों को एक एक करके बाहर बुलाओ अलग से, और कोई चार्जिंग करके नहीं, तुम क्यों नहीं करते हो, मैंने ऐसा नहीं करके, बेटा मैं नोटिस कर रही हूँ 2-4 दिन से, या 10 दिनों से, या 15, व्हाटएवर, उससे अलग से बात करके निकालना जरूरी है. They told me, ma'am, no one is interested in us. They are interested only in completing the syllabus. आप कितनी बातें करते हैं अपने क्लासरूम में जाके उन बच्चों के साथ?
I do talk a lot, especially I make sure that alternate day I have one story to tell them. I mean the stories
See,
are
I am telling you, story telling खाली होने से नहीं, इन बच्चों के अंदर स्टोरीज भरी पड़ी है तंग होने वाली. इनको बाहर एक बार निकाल के इनके तंगी को निकालो. What is it that creating problem? Why are you not studying? He will give you hundreds of things. इनके अंदर भरा हुआ है प्रॉब्लम.
There was another raised hand from Dipti Patil. Are you there, ma'am? Dipti ma'am?
Hope it will help you, ma'am.
Absolutely, ma'am. Thank you so much.
थोड़ा सा बाहर निकालो, एक एक अलग अलग ग्रुप में मत बुलाना, क्योंकि एक दूसरे को देखकर कुछ भी नहीं बोलते.
Like you shared, ma'am, that the students say that they are very scared of their teachers. Like I don't know what to say, but I am one of those teachers where children are very scared of me. Although they are not, I am not it's not that I am not accessible. They do come to me to share.
Do you smile? Do you smile when you enter?
Absolutely. I'm a very energetic and very smiling teacher.
So you have to find out from the children. I must say that बच्चे बहुत सही बताते हैं.
They feel scared only when they do something wrong.
That's okay. That's okay. But no. लेकिन देखिए घर में भी मैं बताऊं आपको एक बात, जब हमारे बच्चे हमसे जब छुपाते हैं ना कोई चीज, इसका मतलब मेरा चैनल ओपन नहीं है. This is अगर वो गलती भी कर रहे हैं ना, if they come and tell you कि मैम ये गलती हुई है, then the channel is open. If you come to know about their mistake from someone else from other classroom, and then you are charging them, then they will not come. तो जो गलती करता है उससे बाहर आके उससे अलग से जो भी करे ना, अलग से क्लासरूम में किसी को भी ह्यूमिलेट नहीं करना. अगर हमने अपनी आवाज ऊंची करके उनको चुप करा के बैठा दिया, वॉल्केनो तो है.
और पूजा मैम, पर्सनली मैं आपको एक एक्नॉलेज करना चाहता हूँ, अगर आपकी इंप्रेशन एज अ स्ट्रिक्ट टीचर है तो उसमें कोई गलत बात नहीं है. Let it be there.
I take it that way, sir, because I feel, ma'am, this is my personal opinion, which may differ with everybody. In class 11th and 12th, if the students feel a little scared from the teacher, I take it as a compliment.
I am sorry, I don't accept this. क्योंकि अगर आपने अगर अच्छी कुछ मूवीज देखी हैं टीचर्स की, वहां तो वो टीचर चेयर के ऊपर खड़े होकर कुछ कुछ कर रहे हैं, the whole class is doing all the activities and they wait for the teacher to come. समझ आ रही है? जरूरी नहीं है कि आपको डरावनी.
Yeah, so I would make a correction here. It's not about scaring the children. But if your impression is a strict teacher, that's not an issue. But if that comes
how
the
they're scared
way,
of me, I'll share an incident like how they're scared of me. If I have given a question, homework to them, so they all will make sure that before I enter the class, their homework is complete.
तो ये अच्छी बात है, ये तो अच्छी बात है. हाँ, कोई बात नहीं, ये तो अच्छा है कि
so the
रिस्पेक्ट
thing is that the
है.
education should not come in the way of learning.
नहीं अच्छा है.
Yeah, it should not come in the way of learning, and it should not come in the way of teaching.
हाँ.
Absolutely.
चैनल ओपन रहे, आपसे बोले, अगर किसी को दिक्कत है अलग से
come out of their classroom. They come on their own only. When I am rushing to the class, they come with me only.
Right.
If I say I have a class somewhere, they'll keep walking with me. But then when it comes to business, then definitely.
तो ये तो है कि भाई आप अपने काम को करना है बेटा, ये पहले से आप बता के रखे. मुझे अच्छा लगता है अगर आप काम कर लेते बस, तो फिर करेंगे वो. अच्छी बात है पूजा मैम, डरना नहीं है. उन्होंने नहीं डरे आपसे, वो गलत कर रहे हैं तो वो बताएंगे आपको. बस चैनल ओपन रखना है, कोई बच्चा मतलब और सबके सामने ह्यूमिलेट नहीं करना. ये बस मेरा एक रहता है हमेशा. और एक मैम थी जो बोलना चाह रहे थे.
Yeah, I think she has left the session.
Okay.
So anyway, we already crossed 20 minutes, but I think this discussion can go on and on. And yeah, Usha ma'am, there was a request for the presentation as well. So presentation please मेरे साथ share कीजिएगा, तो I will share with everyone.
Presentation तो सर ऐसा है ना, मेरी बात सुनिए. Presentation तो आपकी उसमें already चली गई, जो आपने रिकॉर्ड कर लिया उसी में सब चली गई प्रेजेंटेशन. क्योंकि ये थोड़ा सा मुझे लगता है कि बहुत मेहनत से बनती है, जैसे आपके इसके लिए अलग से स्पेशली बनाई गई है ना. तो प्रेजेंटेशन तो मैं नहीं देती हूँ, पर आपकी ये प्रेजेंटेशन चली गई है आपके पास.
Yeah, I will be definitely sharing the recording with all the attendees today and all the registered members. So here we complete our session here. Once again, thank you very much everyone for joining this session, and we'll be coming up with very such interesting another topic in the next month. So please stay connected. Remain connected with our GEG community. And we have many things to be shared, not only technology, but basically those things which are required for a teacher. So it's a good platform, and let us remain connected. So thank you one and all for today's session, and I just announce this meeting to be complete and over.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Usha ma'am. Thank you very much.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.